Zoom, more or less, right? Went through all their auditions and then fully met in person in Singapore. We rehearsed in Singapore.
Second question?
Okay, my second question. Is that the first, when you wanted to make the first Sound of Music in Malaysia? Okay, sorry. When you wanted to make the first Sound of Music in Malaysia, is it the initial plan for the Von Trapp kids is for Malaysian kids?
Yes, so that was part of the plan when Broadway Asia and Base Entertainment partnered up to bring the production to Singapore and Malaysia.
Wonderful.
It was a wonderful idea from Base Entertainment in connection with Broadway Asia that we did tap into the local culture here and incorporate these wonderfully talented and beautiful kids into the show. And in Singapore, we also had 3 other sets of local Singaporean kids. So it was wonderful to, over the course of, 36, 35 children over the past 2 months that have come into and been a part of this Sound of Music family, and it's been really exciting.
Okay, next.
Hi, I'm from Wiley. Just to know, how do you maintain the authenticity when you go to different countries and, you use the local children, the accent and everything? What are the measures taken to make sure that everything maintains the same, the full quality?
You hear all that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So yes, it is different every single time. It's really interesting, especially as the local children both in Singapore and here are my children in the show, and obviously Lauren as well is the oldest of them. So that's at least a little helpful that we have that consistency going through each of them. But it makes it really exciting because they all learn it before they get there. They all know their lines and their music and all those types of things. And it's a pretty crazy process to show up and just be like, it's so nice to meet you, my children, that type of a thing. It's very bizarre, especially having 3 casts in the countries that we've gone to. But it's a really beautiful thing. And having the poster of all the pictures and making sure we know everyone's names and what characters they're playing and all that type of a thing is great. And what you mentioned with the accents and things like that too, it's very interesting. In Singapore we had some New Zealand accents. It's a very international cast when it comes to the children, and I find it's a really beautiful thing because the show is the same regardless of those things, because children are children regardless of what country we're in or where they might be from or where we're from. And that universality of the casting when it comes to that, I think, really brings an important and new thing to this particular production.
And even adding on to that, part of Jack O'Brien's original vision of this show was really bringing these individualities out and the personalities out of these children, because as I'm sure we've all seen productions of Sound of Music before, whereas, to quote a line from the show, when Maria calls them little marching machines, and very often that is what you see in the Von Trapp children. But part of what Jack really wanted to do with this production was focus on how special each one of those children really are. So really incorporating the local cultures, both Singapore and here, has been even more exciting to tap into that and dealing with the accents and letting these kids really bring a lot of who they are as individuals to the role. So that was a really awesome part of it as well.
And that on Zoom,